It's already here. The Autobot Bumblebee Striker has come in. I got mine. It doesn't seem like that long ago that, Hasbro was talking about this Transformers G.I. Joe mashup. Us finally getting these cool transforming G.I. Joe vehicles. I know some people are down on it being Bumblebee, but let's be honest, he's got his movie. The kids love him. My kids love him. They don't know any of the other Autobots all that well, except for Optimus Prime. And Bumblebee has some history with G.I. Joe. He was blown up by G.I. Joe, which is kind of interesting. And then the fact that he drove around Baroness and Scarlet, which was kind of cool. The back of the box is really great. Shows a lot of detail. You can see Stalker and, the robot mode of Bumblebee. And then you can see the Striker mode too. And then in the front, they've got the split art, which is just fantastic, beautiful paintings. The box splits, but it's a little different from the H.I.S. one because I noticed there's a little part of Bumblebee that kind of sticks on the other end where I think it actually like overhung on the H.I.S. tank one. The inside of the box is pretty nice. They do a good job of putting the Stalker carded figure like in a way that it's not like taped in, so you don't ruin the card. If you want to keep it carded, I take mine right out, and the figure's really nice, like all the other O-ring figures. The robot itself is made of a similar material as the H.I.S. tank, so it's a little softer, kind of more flexible, but it's got plenty of detail. I like this because you can play with it and you don't have to worry about it breaking. And it's sort of a more olive color compared to the original Striker. Okay, here's the transformation. So I sped it up because it's a little bit slow, and I figured I'd point out like the major parts. So you've got to mainly pop off the chest part. There's a couple tabs that hold that in. And then the arms need to be kind of broken down like on separate tabs and rotated out. Then rotated in so the tires are sticking on the outside, and then leave that part and go to the front. This is the way I found worked the best after transforming it a couple times. And then just move out the kind of side rail things that the guys can stand on the Striker, and then rotate up the front of the Striker, and then just squeeze it together. And it holds really well. Then just put the bumper down, and then pull down the seats, which were the feet of a Bumblebee. And then what you want to do is rotate those kind of side rails up until they kind of feel like they're firmly in positions. And then these tabs are probably the most important, I think, to get the structure of your toy to feel like it's going to hold in place. And then push up Bumblebee, and he'll stay in place once you get these kind of forearm tabs into the underside of the Striker. And then the last part is kind of popping in the seats, and then that'll really kind of make your toy feel really solid and sturdy, and it should roll along. Alright, so let's look at the Striker mode. So there's an 80s Striker right next to Bumblebee, and you can see the size. They match up like really well. There's Megatron, much bigger than Bumblebee. And there's Bumblebee, the latest retro release, and then the 80s Striker. So you can see it matches up really well, like same size. Okay, let's do an official push test. So there goes the 80s Striker. Did pretty good. The front steering's broken on that, so that probably impacted how far it would roll. Here's the retro, a new, like a brand new Striker. Let's see how that does. Good rolling. Would have done much better if it hadn't hit the 80s Striker. And now let's see Bumblebee. So in his transform mode, how does he roll? Pretty good. Alright, now a jump test. This is an Striker, so it's got to jump well. So there's the 80s with the broken steering again, having a little bit of an issue. There's the retro one, rolls really nice. That's a modded cannon that fell off, so no worries there. And come on, Bumblebee, pretty good. He lost Stalker's rifle, but held up well. Overall, I'd say great toy. Looks really great, very playable, really durable, just like the H.I.S. And the Stalker figure is really great. I love the scale to Megatron. It feels like the cartoon. He's much smaller. And my only nitpick might be that the transformation for Bumblebee is a little bit more finicky. But I just love these guys. I love seeing the two of them together. I'm a huge fan. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Hope you found it informative. Hope to see you in the next video. And Yojo.